What's up? This is John from John Branch 4 Photography, and today we're going to be taking a deep dive into getting started with HoneyBook. If you're not familiar with HoneyBook, it's a client management system that can help you do online contracts and digital signing, get your payments online, and also streamline your communication with your clients. I've been using it for about 6 years now, and it's been a game changer for my business. Make sure to sign up for a trial with the link down in the description for 50% off of your first year of HoneyBook. For anyone who's already using HoneyBook, or maybe you're just getting started, today we're gonna really dive into 5 different steps to get you started and streamline your whole business with HoneyBook. And outside of these 5 tips, make sure to check out my playlist with additional HoneyBook tutorials to help you along your way in becoming a HoneyBook master. So let's go ahead and get started. So we start out in our HoneyBook homepage. This is the page you'll see when you first get to honeybook.com and log in. For a full walkthrough on HoneyBook and its different sections, make sure to check out my HoneyBook walkthrough video, which you can find up here. The first place we're going to want to start out is setting up your company settings. You can do this by clicking the icon on the top right corner and then choosing Company Settings. In Company Settings, we're going to be able to set up more information about our company. Starting at the top is going to be your general information, so the company type, your email address, your website, etc. Underneath that, we have our brand elements. This is where you're going to designate your branding colors. You can see here I was able to upload my logo or a favicon, my full logo, which I use on my website, and also designate the color that goes along with my logo. For this, you'll want to put in a hexadecimal code so you can get the exact color. You can find this out from your designer, or there's a lot of websites online where you can plop in a color and it'll give you the hex code for it. You can also go ahead and set up your email signature, which you can add to all the messages you send to your clients. You can add a little bio section about your company, which will show up on your public page, and then also add all of your social media accounts. Next on the left, let's go into integrations. In integrations, you can connect your Gmail account to HoneyBook, which will actually send each message from your Gmail account rather than just from the HoneyBook account. I personally use the HoneyBook account because I like everything coming from within HoneyBook and keeping everything smooth and in there, but you have other options for this, and you can check out HoneyBook's knowledge base for more information on it as well. You can also connect to QuickBooks. This is a great way to automate tracking your income. We can connect Calendly as well to schedule meetings, and also all of your social accounts. This is where you can also connect Zapier. If you're not familiar with Zapier, it is super awesome. You can basically create if-then statements within Zapier that will control HoneyBook to feed information to other places. So for instance, let's say you get a new inquiry, you can have that automatically fill out a new contact in MailChimp. Zapier is really awesome, and if you're not familiar with it, definitely check it out, and you probably should set it up. I think it's just $20 a month, but it's totally worth it. And last but not least, we have the Facebook Leads integration. This way, when people fill out a contact form on Facebook, it actually flows it right into HoneyBook, and then you don't have to add their information in manually. It is super awesome. If you're using Facebook Leads, you should definitely set this up. The next place to check out in company settings is going to be team. If you work with a team of people, this is a great way to give them access to HoneyBook. You'll be able to add them to workspaces and communicate with them right inside of HoneyBook. I actually have a video that talks about communicating with your team within HoneyBook that you should totally check out. It's right here on the link above. And obviously the most important setting in company settings is going to be your bank details. This is how HoneyBook is able to send you your funds. So make sure you don't miss this or you won't get any money. So now that we finish up the company settings, the second step is going to be setting up our pipeline. The easiest way to get to your pipeline is to click on projects. From here, we're able to see all of the different projects that we're currently working on, and at the very top is our pipeline. I also have a video on the pipeline which gives you a little bit more in-depth look at it. Definitely check that out at the link up above. So the pipeline is already going to come pre-populated with a couple of different sections, and those sections you cannot change. But what you should do is make sure to add steps that work with your own business's workflow. To add your own stages to the pipeline, hit the Customize button in the top right corner. Here, you'll be able to press the plus, name your section, and then put it within the workflow of your pipeline. You'll see on mine I added a couple of different stages that are specific to how I like to work within my pipeline. And what I'm doing basically is when clients move through different stages, I can automatically move them there with the little tabs that you see on the right side here. For instance, final follow-up is one that I've added. This is basically for someone who I may not have heard from in a while, or they're just not getting back to me, or I know that they're probably not going to book. So after talking to them a couple times, I haven't heard from them, I move them over to final follow-up because at that point I know that we're probably about done. I'll give them 1 or 2 more follow-ups, and then at that point I archive their project. A couple of other sections I've added was engagement and bridal. This way I know what a couple has coming up next. So for instance, if they book me for their wedding and they have an engagement session and they also have a bridal session, I'll move them into those different stages when it's time for their engagement. Once they've had their engagement session, then I'll move them to bridal because that's what comes up next. And then after bridal, I'll move them into planning because now we're just planning for the wedding. Again, make sure to check out that video on the pipeline. It will give you a more detailed look at the pipeline itself and maybe give you some ideas of how you can add your own workflow to it. Now that we've customized our pipeline, the third place to concentrate on are our templates. Templates are super important, and you're probably going to spend most of your time in this section. Your templates are going to help you automate the rest of your system. It's going to give you your pre-written emails, your pre-made brochures, your pricing, your contracts, your invoices, anything that you can basically automate and already have set up as a template you're going to be making here. Now I could make a whole separate video on just this section, so we're going to go through what each different template is for and then concentrate on just a couple of them to get you all started. So starting at the top, invoices are making templates of invoices that you'll send out to your clients. This is just pricing information and nothing else. With an invoice, your clients will be able to pay you, and that's it. There's no contracts included, just the straight payment, what they're paying for, and that's it. Next, you have contracts. Here you can put in a contract that they're able to sign, but this is also not for payments. This is just for contracts. Typically, I'll use these for model release forms or second photographer contracts. The proposals are probably the most used within HoneyBook. Basically, it's a full package deal that shows the items they're receiving and how much it costs, their payment plan if you do have one, and also their contract for them to sign and pay. I use these for basically every project. This is how I'm sending my couples what they're getting for their day, the contract, their payments, and how they're also paying and signing the contracts. Questionnaires are a great way to receive additional information from your couples. I'll typically use these for a timeline questionnaire or a shot list questionnaire. I'll send these to my clients. They're able to give me additional information which will help me build out their timelines or know what kind of photos they want on their day. The brochure is really awesome as well, and I do have a video on that also. Check that out up above. But it's a way to send over what pricing is going to look like without actually having them pay for anything. So think of it the same as having like a pricing PDF or anything of that sort. You can customize these to your own look and your business and brand. And if you actually use objects within your brochure, they can choose what they want on their proposal and just plop that right in. When they choose it, it basically creates an automated proposal and they can go ahead and sign from there. Packages are a way to set up different packages that you offer. This section you'll want to spend the most time in setting up the different packages you have within your business. So yet again, from a wedding photographer's perspective, if I have engagement shoots, I'll put that in as a package. If I have a 5-hour plus an album package, I'll add that in as a package. If I have 10 hours and a second photographer and an album and a bridal shoot, I'll add that in as a package. And then from those packages, I can actually plop those into proposals and have that automated and set up as well. Your contact form we'll come back to later because there's also a different way to get to your contact form. But obviously this is going to be the contact form that you have on your website. And the cool thing within HoneyBook is you can actually set up multiple contact forms, not just the single one. So you can have a contact form for engagement sessions, contact form for family sessions, contact form for anything else you do within your business. Or if you have different businesses and different brands, just contact forms for everything. It's really awesome. And then last are your emails and your email signature. So we talked about the signature before, but with your emails, this is a great way to set up any automated emails that you're gonna have. So an email when someone first contacts you, an email for after they've booked, an email for before their engagement session, an email before their wedding, any of these type of emails that you're not going to need to type out specifically every time, you can automate these emails, get them as templates, and then just click and choose a button and apply that in your messages. So let's go ahead and jump in and look at a couple different template sections, starting out with emails. So yet again, your email templates are used to set up pre-existing emails that you can send out to your clients. If you hit the bar on the left side, you'll be able to see all the different templates you've created. Let's add a new template. We'll name this one Vendor Details. Now the reason I'm titling this Vendor Details is because I want this email to go out when I send a questionnaire to my couple. I can also create a questionnaire that will ask them more questions about their vendor details, and then this email is what's going to be sent to them when that goes out. By setting it up this way, I can have this totally automated where I don't even have to approve the email. I know it's going to go out with the right questionnaire and an email that prompts them for what this questionnaire is for. After I name my email, I'm able to put in a subject for the email and then fill out the body of that email as well. Putting everything I want to, I can format it, I can make stuff bold, italics, I can put my email signature, and once that's done, HoneyBook has already automatically saved this email. Do this for every type of email you'll need to automate or send to your couples. So for instance, if you're sending them a new proposal, you can have an automated email that says, here's your proposal for your day of wedding, so on and so forth. It's going to have these different things on them. Take a look at it, let me know what you think about it, so on and so forth. So then when you go to send out a proposal, you don't have to write a full email. You already have this automated email there. Or what I like to do is have email templates that have different sections within them where I can add my own personal touch to that email. So most of the email is written out, and then I can just go in and add a couple of different sentences to make it more personalized for my client. Next, let's take a look at the packages. So hit the back button, and now we're still in our templates. Click on Package. Here we can set up the different packages we have within our company. Yet again, since I'm a wedding photographer, a lot of my packages are going to be things like an engagement session, a wedding day at 6 hours, a wedding day at 8 hours with a second photographer, so on and so forth. Basically anything that your business offers, you want to make them into separate packages. Go ahead and click the bar on the left. Yet again, this is how you can see all of the different templates that you currently have. Let's go ahead and make a new one by clicking the Add Template button. Now we can go through and name our package template, and then we can title the package itself and add the different items to it. So let's go ahead and add 3 different items. And for each of these items, we can set their price and if they're taxable. Once you've done that, you have a whole package set up. But keep in mind, these packages are to be used in other places like your proposals. You're going to set this stuff up once and basically forget about it until you need to make updates to your packages or your proposals. Let's go ahead and go back and look at a proposal. So again, in the template section, click on Proposals. Your proposal is going to have everything you need for your client. Their package, their payment, their contract, all of it's going to be right there. And we're going to be pulling from all of those different templates that we created earlier. Let's go ahead and make a new proposal. Click the bar on the left and then click Add Template. This will give us a brand new proposal. The image on the top will always default to the image that you added in the branding section, but you can always change this at any time. I typically like to make it something that matches the type of project it is. So as you see here, it's a wedding photo because I'm a wedding photographer. Click Add New Item and go ahead and type in the name of any of the packages you created earlier. That way we'll be pulling in our package template. All that will be set up for us, all the pricing is there, and that's ready. The next section of the proposal is going to be your payments. Here you'll be able to set up a payment plan for your client. You can either have a solo payment and just have that one, or you can have multiple payments. Here's the template I created. Basically, the first payment is the booking fee. I can set this at any percentage that I want. And then any payment after that, I just have them set equally different. But you'll see here I can go through and set either the percentage of the payment, equal payments, or I can have certain specific payments. I can also set when they happen, and I can save that as a template if I want to. One of the newer options HoneyBook added recently as well is a reoccurring payment. So if you have a client that you work with and they pay you every month, you can set it up that way within your proposal as well. After we're happy with our payments and payment plan, the next section under that is contracts. Yet again, if you made a template for your contract, you can just pull that contract into here and not have to recreate a whole new one. One big tip for your contracts is to make sure you use the automated fields that HoneyBook provides. This way some of your information can automatically be pulled in, and the rest of it can be filled out by your client if needed. If you've already had your contract template put in, it should all be set up, and then at the bottom you'll have the section where they can sign. And that's setting up a proposal. Like I said again, this section is what I use the most every day, and you'll want to go in and make sure you set these templates up because they're going to flow into all of your automation. Without the template set up, HoneyBook's just not going to be very smooth. This section is huge, and if you want to see a video just on the templates or the different sections of the templates, give me a like and maybe I'll even live stream setting up some stuff just for you all. After we've taken all that time to set up our templates and get everything ready for automation, the next step is going to be setting up our contact form. Those proposals and packages and all that stuff don't matter if we don't have people hitting us up. So let's go ahead and look at setting up the contact form. So go to Tools at the top and then Contact Forms. As mentioned earlier, we're able to create multiple different contact forms. This is a great way to separate either if you have a different team member and you can have contact forms just for them, or if you have different types of services you offer and you want them to be fully separate. Let's go ahead and create a new one real quick. On the left, we can click on Contact Forms and then Add Contact Form. Now that we have a new contact form, we can name it for our reference and then start filling out the sections of our contact form. You'll see you can click the plus to add a section to your contact form, or with the pre-existing sections, you can hit the gear and edit those sections. I'm going to go through real quick and add a couple of different sections. We can do stuff like your name, your email address, your ideal budget, your wedding date. You can even add in blank forms and make a question yourself. If you're happy with what you got so far, go ahead and click the bar on the left, and this way we can change the design of our contact form. You can change the color of the button on your contact form and also the fonts in your contact form. And this stuff is pulling from Google Fonts, so you're definitely going to be able to match the fonts on your website. Once you're happy with the design, you can go into settings and also set up who's going to be receiving the emails from these contact forms. I actually have a video on that I just made, so check that out up above as well. Once we're happy with our contact form and it's all prepared, you want to click the Publish button. Once it's published, it's going to give us a code that we can copy and paste on our website. If you're not familiar with this process, I actually have a video on how to do it within Squarespace, and it's generally the same for most other website providers as well. After you've pasted it on your site, make sure it works, send yourself a fake contact, and what you'll see is it'll actually fill out its own project within HoneyBook. So now your contact form is set up and you can receive new inquiries. That's probably the most important part. Congrats. And last but not least, you'll want to set up your workflows. Workflows are how you're going to set up the automation of your business. This is a great way to send out reminders, to send out emails, questionnaires, all automatically without you having to do it. Now, I can make a full video on workflows as well, and I do already have one, so check that out up above. It'll go over all the details, but let's go over the basics of setting up workflows. Go to Tools and then Workflows. Within here, you can create a new workflow by clicking Create Workflow. In your workflow, you have 4 different options that you can create, and each of these can be automated in a different way. You can create a task, send a questionnaire, send an email, or send a brochure. Basically, what you'll be doing is adding each of these different steps and arranging them in the order that you'd like them to happen while working with your client. So for instance, if you want to start out by sending them an email, choose the send email option. From there, you can choose which email template that you want to send to them automatically. So there's going back to the templates and how important those are. Then you can also choose when it's going to be sent out, how it's going to be sent out, if it's automatic or if you have to approve it first. Then you continue these steps to add different steps onto your workflows. And once you have a couple of different workflows, your stuff is very automated. You'll see here I have different workflows, and these are old. I need to update my workflows. But they have 6 to 10 sections of what's going to happen. They all perform different tasks for me, and they send out emails so that I don't have to worry about it whenever I'm working with other projects as well. And there you have it. Those are the 5 places to start when getting started with HoneyBook. Once you have all this stuff set up, you're basically ready to go and conquer everything. You can deal with your projects, talk to your clients, receive your payments, and have everything super smooth and not really have to worry about it. Yet again, I've been using this for about 6 years, and it's a game changer. I hope this information helped you out if you were just getting started with HoneyBook, or if you're interested in HoneyBook, it really helped you in learning what HoneyBook can do for your business. Don't forget, if you're not on HoneyBook now, there's 50% off discount in the description below. Definitely check it out, you'll want to get on that. And for everyone who's already on HoneyBook, let me know if this video helped you out by hitting a like and subscribing. Thank you all for hanging out, and I will catch you next time with more HoneyBook information. All right, peace.